Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to another vlog here at our gorgeous house. It's still not real. It still feels so surreal. There are so many projects and things to be doing in the house, and yeah, it's overwhelming, but I'm just so looking forward to spending time getting every room perfect. This room I brought you in last week, and I showed you the pink, very subtle pink paint swatch. I've actually been talking on Instagram to a company called Orac Decor, and they do moldings, so they're going to send me some samples which will be fantastic. But the reason I'm in here today, or now, is because I want to film a fashion IGTV. I've been sent some new things from River Island and I wanted to style them up, and I also want to take some pictures today because today and tomorrow I think are going to be the last sunny days for quite some time, so I want to build up a little bit of a bank of content basically. So I thought I could show you how I'm setting up a little corner to do an IGTV. I'm thinking I'll film it here. I'm probably going to do it on my phone. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I mean, this camera's not picking up the lighting on my phone very well, but I think that'd be a really nice corner to film it. So I'm just going to pop you guys on a tripod and you can see the outfits as well, and I'll leave them linked down below in case there's anything that you like the look of. But first, let's see what my hair's doing. I just kind of let it rough dry. Do I need to curl it? Yes, probably. Still a bit damp, so I'm going to sort my hair out and then we'll do a little bit of fashion content. Okay, so I've just popped the mirror up on the windowsill here, and this can be my little spot temporarily to show you some outfits. I have done a bit of a DIY tripod here, but this corner is really good for lighting. So this is the first outfit that I'm going to shoot. This dress is one that was very kindly sent to me from River Island, and it's got some really lovely detail. You can see it's just a very easy to wear, fit and flare kind of silhouettes, and then you've got some really nice detail on the sleeves. It does have a slip underneath as well, and these lovely pearl buttons. So I've grabbed my little pearl straw bag from Zara to accessorize, and I think that just is such a cute little summer bag. And then the shoes are also River Island. They're actually really good castagna dupes, so I think a pair of espadrille sandals like this is again a real summer wardrobe essential, one that goes with so many different outfits. In fact, I'll probably style these with most of the outfits for this IGTV. So yeah, a very cute outfit to start with. The second look is this boned jumpsuit. So it's in this beautiful kind of periwinkle blue shade, and I love the fact that it's totally open on the top here. Really different shade for me. I don't normally go for blues, but I think this is such a lovely kind of spring color. I think this could be a really lovely wedding guest outfit actually, if you could accessorize with a really nice little clutch bag. In fact, I also have this gorgeous pearl clutch bag that was in my River Island delivery. So that would be a really lovely way of accessorizing this for a more special event. Here's another really lovely summer dress. This one has got smocking all on the bodice, and then as you can see, another off the shoulder top. I've paired it with a little straw hat for this part of the IGTV. Really nice lightweight material. This would be great for a hot summer's day. As you might be able to see, it's a little bit sheer on the top, so you might want to wear some nude underwear, but it feels like a really nice kind of dress to be wearing on early summer days like today. And for lunch, I'm just having some vegetable soup, and I've put some water in our lovely goop goblets, and then this wooden board we actually were given as an engagement gift from Hedza House. Very useful for our toast, and just enjoying the gorgeous sunshine. And then, you guessed it, we're gonna do some more gardening. So after lunch, I have just made myself a delicious coffee, popped on a different outfit. This is going to be my gardening outfit of the day, even though it might be a little bit pretty for gardening, but who says you can't get dressed up to do the gardening? I'm not exactly gonna get super muddy. Charlie and I are just gonna have a little wander around and do some planning. We've got quite a lot of bird, what are they called? My little bird nests, bird feeders, kind of bird pods. I'll show you them in a second. And we want to get lots of birds coming into the garden, so we're going to go and place those around. And then there's an area where we want to build a flower bed, so we're just going to mooch around with our coffees and do a bit of garden planning. These are the bird pod items. I imagine that birds will just probably nest in here. A little safe place away from the squirrels. What do you think, Dexy? It's too hot for big boys. I've got such a fine fur coat on, you see. I'm so toasty. So this little area over here, Charlie is popping one of the bird huts up there. Hopefully they'll quite like this spot because it's not too close to the house. They won't feel too timid.
Do you think that's right, or is it not hanging?
I think maybe the other way around so that they can have a clear run in.
So, what, facing that way?
The hole facing out.
That way? Which way do you want the hole facing?
Like you.
To me?
Yeah.
To me?
To you.
To you. Like that?
Yeah. I think so.
Because if it goes down here, look, I don't think there's enough.
Yeah, pop it on the top notch.
Yeah? I think like that.
And what we've realised is that these trees are the perfect distance apart for a hammock, and this will be the most gorgeous place to just lie with a book on a summer afternoon, and it should get the afternoon sunshine as well when the sun moves around because it sets over in that direction. Do you think we need two so close together?
No, probably not. We've got 6 though. I think...
Let's pop one down by the duck pond, shall we?
Yeah. Oh, I think up here's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh yes, they'll love it there. Tucked away. I hope they find them.
Yeah, they will. I'm going to put a few nuts in them.
This is very wholesome. My 2 boys. My 2 big boys. Oh, I'm such a happy little boy.
Oh, Daddy's so boring, my brother.
Dickie's on the sofa.
My brother just sleeps all day.
Yes.
My brother just sleeps all day.
Through here we have a little bit of a secret garden. There's a willow tree. Gosh, I don't even think I've ever been down where Charlie is. Let's have a look.
Oh, Jose is a Great Dane here.
Big doggy.
Yeah, huge Great Dane.
Ooh.
Beautiful dog.
Spot the birdhouse. Charlie has hidden it very incognito up here.
With the bamboo. Oh, it's not bamboo.
It's there.
I think that'll work.
Yeah, hopefully the birds will come, and then they'll, when the pond is moving and not so stagnant, they'll go and have a little bird bath. This is the way into the pond. Yikes. That is going to be a good project. This is another angle of the pond, and there's actually a concrete construction here which hopefully can be made into a water feature. Just need a pump. We've popped one in this cherry blossom tree, and this tree is just absolutely stunning, so hopefully we get some bird activity in here. Look at the flowers on this tree. It's not coming down all the branches, but it is stunning. This lovely, rather antique looking bird feeder. Charlie's just popped some nuts on. We're hanging this from the blossom tree. I think this tree is apple blossom. And then, what have you done there, Di? I don't know. I think that one was here already, wasn't it? It's quite nice. Looks good there.
And then they're really good for different size birds as well, because the small birds can get in these ones.
Well, hopefully Mr. Squirrel doesn't get in there. On one of the stone walls we have got another wisteria plant growing up here, and Charlie's just popped a little bee box in here. This is going to be a slightly more vivid, almost pinky shade than the wisteria growing up the back of the house. Really beautiful. Where's that gonna go? Yeah. Our next activity is going to be planting some of these hydrangeas. As you can see, they've not blossomed yet, but it won't be long until they are filled with beautiful colourful pom-poms. And over here, this is what we see when we look out of the windows of the house, and it's just a little bit boring at the moment. That's where I showed you earlier where we might put the hammock. And then what we'd really like to do is have garden beds, you know, like soil garden beds with lots of different plants and flowers growing out here. And then in this little area, this was once a fire pit and is now basically a soil mud pit. But I thought this would be a really good place to create almost like a hydrangea island in the middle of the garden. So I was watching hydrangea tips videos while I was in the bath last night, and I think I have learnt the best way to plant them. There's a few little extra tips. So we're going to bring over some of the hydrangeas and hope that they flourish in this little area. You okay, my chicken nugget? You having a good day? Oh, I just love being on the grass. You are the most peculiar creature. You're a funny boy, you are. I love you. So over the past few vlogs you have seen Charlie and I preparing this herb garden. It has been a labour of love, that's for sure. We have used the spade, we have used the fork, and as you just saw, I have been using the hoe to get the ground, immature darling, to get the soil as penetrable as possible.
Fuck off, your hoe.
Get the soil as penetrable as possible for our little herbs, and now they are planted. So gardener Charles over here with his six-pack
Call me Monty Don.
is going to explain. Gosh, this light is so spectacular. Tell us what we've planted then, darling.
So we've got our Mediterranean herbs down this end. We've got regular rosemary, and rosemary will spread quite a lot, so that will be a really big bush, and it flowers as well. Bush. Ginger rosemary, I've never heard of that before, but it's a slightly different type of rosemary. Then we've got thyme. So obviously thyme, amazing with beef, rosemary, amazing with lamb, and potatoes. So this is your roast veg, for roast dinners. Then we've got oregano here. We've got sage. We have got curly parsley.
Yeah.
Now I think that's flat leaf parsley.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's also flat leaf parsley.
Yeah.
It's not coriander, is it? Hang on. No. No, that's coriander.
But that one's flat leaf parsley.
That's flat leaf parsley.
Oh gosh, okay.
That's chives.
Great.
Amazing in scrambled egg, amazing on fried eggs, amazing in mash. And this is all peppermint, which will grow quite considerably.
Ooh, yeah.
We might find that we might have to move this into another bed eventually. And we haven't got any regular mint, which is, you know, the next step.
Oh, just looks great. It looks fantastic.
It needs watering now.
Yeah, right, I'm going to leave you to do that, darling. I'm going to start cooking our dinner.
And boom.
Okay, so I've come inside and I'm going to be cooking another recipe that I found on Instagram. So I'm going to be doing the Thermomix spicy potatoes and also a recipe that I found on Half Baked Harvest Instagram. It's called Cauliflower Shawarma with green tahini and fried halloumi, a Middle Eastern inspired street food but a bit healthier. Seasoned up spicy cauliflower, crispy chickpeas, served up bowl style with hummus, naan, green tahini and fried halloumi. This is the picture on the Instagram and it looks so delicious. So that is what I'm going to be making this evening. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I'm making my spicy potatoes. In the Thermomix, I'm adding 60 grams, oops, that was a little bit too much, and a handful of chopped ginger. And I'm just going to blitz this up. And now I'm going to add 2 chopped tomatoes and blitz it up again. And then I'm going to pop this mixture in a bowl. And now into my Thermomix bowl, I'm just going to add a teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. I'm going to add in some cumin seeds, but this recipe is actually a little bit better with cumin seeds and nigella seeds. And then back over here, I'm going to saute these for 3 minutes at 120 degrees. Okay, so I've added 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric, and then I'm adding this mixture from earlier. And I will continue sauteing for another few minutes. And now I'm just going to let this simmer. So I'm going to set the timer to 15 minutes. I've taken the top off so that it can breathe, and I'm just going to let this go at 100 degrees, very slowly whizzing round. So as you saw, I've been doing the cauliflower recipe from the Half Baked Harvest recipe. I'm not going to go through that because I'll leave a link down below. So for the potatoes have softened, and I'm just adding this mixture from the Thermomix on top, and then I'll pop them in the Aga for about 10 minutes just to give them a little bit of crisp before serving. Okay, I've been cooking for about an hour. I've just taken a little break to reply to some YouTube comments, and I'm going to show you the last few bits and bobs that I've got to do to get it all ready. So I'm going to be frying a little bit of halloumi just with some oil in a saucepan. This is the green tahini from the half-baked harvest recipe. My potatoes here, I'm just going to pop these in the aga for 5 minutes with the cauliflower, and then they'll just get nice and warm again. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of naan bread in, and we should be ready to go. So here we go. I have done a garlic and coriander naan. This is the spicy potatoes, the cookie dough Thermomix recipe with ginger and tomato. Grilled halloumi. This is the green tahini, and then underneath you can see the, what's it called? Cauliflower Shawarma, I think that's what it was called, from the half-baked harvest recipe. Now, Charlie didn't think this would be enough, so he's also put in a chorizo spatchcock chicken. So we have a lot of food to demolish, but this looks and smells rather delicious. I walk into the family room after having our delicious dinner and look at the position my boy is in. Do you really think that's appropriate, my Dexy?
This is an invasion of my privacy.
When you wag your tay-tay, you're so rude. You are so rude. Look at that snout. I have never seen such a ridiculous animal in my life.